My day was completely normal, right up until the moment it wasn't. The story I'm about to tell you, it's my story. It all started in a parking lot, and it ended up taking me to a part of the internet I never even knew existed. And it began just like this. I was just getting into my car after work, same as any other Tuesday. I put the key in the ignition, and as I turned it, I just happened to glance up at the rearview mirror. And what I saw, it made my blood run cold. I know now with this chilling certainty that if I had looked up even 1 second later, that bullet wouldn't have gone through my headrest. It would have gone straight through my skull. For a split second, my brain it couldn't process it. A figure, dressed head to toe in black, his face completely hidden behind a mask, just standing there, right behind my car. It felt like a scene from some horror movie, but the way the sunlight glinted off the gun in his hand, that made it terrifyingly, sickeningly real. I didn't even hear the shot so much as I felt it. It was this deafening crack, and my entire world just exploded into a spider web of glass. The rear window was just gone. The air filled with this sharp, concussive force that vibrated through the entire frame of the car. Instinct just took over. There was no thought, it was just pure, primal survival. I threw myself sideways, cramming my body down into the passenger footwell, my head pressed hard against the floor mats, just waiting for that next shot that I was absolutely sure was coming. But it never came. I have no idea how long I stayed down there. It could have been seconds, maybe a minute, but the silence that followed was somehow louder than the gunshot. My hand fumbled for the gear stick, slammed it into drive, and I just floored the accelerator without even looking up. I just drove, scraping past other cars, not stopping, not even breathing, until that parking lot was far, far behind me. My heart was hammering against my ribs, and the adrenaline was just roaring in my ears. But as the initial shock started to fade, this cold, terrifying question started to form in my mind. This wasn't random, no way. This was an execution. Someone had sent that man for me. The question was, who? Who on earth wanted me dead? The next few hours were just a total blur of police stations and flashing lights. It all felt so unreal, so procedural. While they were taking my statement and impounding my car for evidence, my mind was just stuck in this horrifying loop, replaying that masked face in the mirror over and over as the slow machine of justice began to grind into motion. For a while, the investigations seemed to be going nowhere. Then, weeks later, the detectives called me in, and they started talking about a part of the internet I barely understood. They called it the dark web. A place, they explained, where you can buy literally anything, totally anonymously. Drugs, weapons, or even a contract to end someone's life. And that's exactly where they found it. See, this all happened in Germany, back in 2010. The police uncovered a digital contract, a bounty, posted on some anonymous forum with my name, my picture, and a price for my life. Someone somewhere out there had paid to have me killed. It made absolutely no sense. I mean, I wasn't involved in anything illegal. I didn't have any dangerous connections. I was just a guy trying to build a career at a big manufacturing company. I worked hard, sure, I was ambitious, but I couldn't think of a single person who would hate me enough to do this. So the big question became, how did the hitman know so much about me? My routine was predictable, yeah, but this was different. He knew my exact schedule, my specific car, and even my parking habits with this unnerving precision. He had inside information, and there was really only one place that information could have come from: a coworker. So eventually they made an arrest, one of my colleagues, and the evidence, it was undeniable. For a moment, just a moment, I felt this incredible relief. But then a new, darker thought started to take root. Okay, so he might have been the one who passed on the information, but was he the one who actually paid for the contract? Was he really acting alone? And that is the part that haunts me to this day. The shooter was just a hired gun. My coworker was the informant. But the person with the money and the motive, the one who actually went online and clicked the button to put a bounty on my head, they were never found. The hitman failed, yes, but the person who hired him is still out there. And I'm left to wonder, every single time I check my rearview mirror, if this time I'll see their face.